G'day guys, we're back and today we are literally just getting ready for this weekend's big Drift Masters event. The Sonvia's over the back here, hasn't moved at all. Pretty much just going to show you, I've kind of done everything I do that I'd normally do in between events. Just your basic stuff, all your oils, spanner check, make sure your pads, like brake pads are all good, and then just a once over on everything in the engine wise, all the electrical side of things and whatnot. So I found a few little problems. First one is these magic Holden Gen 3 V8 coils. So I use a couple of LS parts on the old Sonny. I don't know how to make a good engine, but they sure is, sorry, I shouldn't say that. They don't know how to make a good sounding engine. I don't want to upset too many people out there. But anyway, I use their LS coil packs and I'll show you why. I've got a couple of them spare because I found one of them. It's probably not an issue, but the car has been breaking down a little bit. It was more than likely just the plugs, but yeah, so put new ones of them in obviously, and I found, I'll show you after what I got the coils for. Also got a new extinguisher. Now, if you don't know the rules in drifting, you have to have an in-date fire extinguisher in the car. So yeah, you just got to have an in-date fire extinguisher. I always just get these 1 kilo ones. They don't last long at all. I have had to use them once before, unfortunately. And yeah, they are pathetic, really. That's why I've got a real big one in there at the moment. But time frame wise, this is all I can really get. So I got that. And I have another LS component here, a genuine Bosch alternator. And the reason I got this is because I am going to change to the LS alternator on the Sonvia. I'm going to quickly try and do that tonight. But first, I have to change this belt on the van. On the old Vito out the back, I noticed the belt that literally runs the entire freaking accessories on the engine is almost snapped. So if I don't have the van going, I'm not going anywhere. So that's priority number one, and it's underneath the airbox and you got to pull everything out. You look at what people have done online, they rip the whole front of the car to bits just to get to that freaking belt. So I'm not going to try and make that a massive job, but that's what I've got to focus on first. So I'll get the van sorted, then we'll get cracking into the Sonvia. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you. We're not going to show you what's happening with the van because that's going to be really boring. And then yeah, we'll get cracking in the Sonny. I learned how to set up TPS on the Motec. It's extremely simple. I don't have the laptop here, so I'm not going to be able to show you guys, but you just got to find the function of basically when it's off throttle on the Motec and on throttle, and you literally, when it's obviously nothing's on the throttle, you hit Q and it self-adjusts to whatever voltage it's reading at that time because you're off throttle, and then you hold it flat foot, hit Q again on the other setting, and it figures out the range in between. Happy days. Now it feels really good. So with the added amps and whatnot of the new alternator, because this is a 140 amp alternator, the standard one is 90, I think. And yeah, just with all the electronics going on in the drift car these days, you kind of need a bigger alternator. So I just hope this handles RPM. And to make this LS alternator fit, I actually got this thing. It is a pack from PRP, Platinum Racing Products. Now I bought this, unfortunately it was like 250 bucks. Yeah, it was a hard hit, that one. Just for literally a couple of bolts, a bracket and a pulley. It was a pretty hefty hit of the wallet for what really is not much there, but obviously you have to factor in, they designed it, guys, did all the testing hopefully, and did all the hard work for us, so you got to help Australian businesses. I'm obviously not sponsored by these guys, but if you are after an LS alternator swapsy for your RB, this is the kit you need. You can buy an extra fancy bracket for like 400 bucks or 500 bucks more, but or I don't know, there's some ridiculous money. I think that may have come with the alternator as well, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted the bracket to make this work and get on with it. So yeah, speaking of, let's get into it. Alright guys, I got the van done. That was a mission. What I wanted to show you guys, I could be fussing over absolutely nothing right now, but this front coil pack, it's got a lot of movement on it. Now, I know it would be like a sealed unit or whatever. I actually don't know how it all works, but this bar here that goes through the guts, that's really loose, and I don't know. None of the others are like that. The rest are rock solid, so I'm just going to get rid of it and put another brand new one on, which was $30 or $40. Yeah, and these are freaking wicked. A lot better than split fires, so yeah, I'll bung that on, and then I've got one more spare just in case anything happens. So I'll quickly do that. So as you can tell, that is a ridiculously simple process. Very easy to change if you have, you know, a coil pack misfiring or whatever. Very handy for the old 5-minute rule if you're ever in that position. So, in saying that, this still did work. It's just every now and then I had a weird misfire, like I said earlier. So, new plugs. That's a new coil pack on that one. Yeah, it's still gonna obviously run fine. I won't find out until it's under load this weekend. Next thing on the list is the alternator. So obviously, first thing you do is get it out. Ta-da! And they come standard with a 6, I think it's 6 ribs on there or something. Anyway, we're gonna get that off. The new kit that these boys make is, I thought it was underdriven. It's not underdriven. It's just a 4PK style pulley. So buzz this off. Might need 2 hands. Okay, so you buzz that off. That should just slide straight off. Open up a Xenon, and you'll see that this is the new one. This is the old one. So the only difference is the fact that it's a 4PK, and you know, wherever it's sitting is going to be spot on, hopefully. Heaps lighter too, this one. Do it up. FT. Now, they had a marker set up there in blue, so now I'm going to do a new one in red. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but all I got is yellow. So I'll just go over that blue mark there. Just like that. Maybe around the corner a little bit, so if it's hard to see, you'll notice it. And yeah, if that comes loose, you'll know straight away. That's the one pro tip you'll get today. Next thing is putting it on. Now, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Plug's exactly the same, because we have an RB one over here. And yep, see, same one. It's the same plug. So you plug it in, and you have magically 140 amps instead of 100 or 90 or even 70, some RB ones are. Alright guys, I jumped the gun a little bit, got the alternator out. All it is, if you know RBs, you'll know it pretty easy, but that's just a 14mm bolt that sits on this funky ass nut, and that bottoms out on the block so it can tighten up and loosen whatever. This is actually a spacer that sits in there, and then that other bit's part of the block that it sits on. Please make sure you disconnect the battery before you do this job. Mine's got an isolator, but even still, I still disconnect the battery just to make sure. So that main power sits on that one. Obviously unplug it. Then on the front, you'll see in there, yeah, you gotta undo that bad boy. I've actually taken the whole bolt out. It's up there because I don't quite understand what happens with this kit just yet. Okay, so these are all the parts you get with the PRP kit. Yeah, so that's got to go onto this, and wizardry happens and ends up on the car. I'm gonna have to go on the site and try and figure this out. And then once I figure it out, I'll tell you guys how to do it. Hopefully it's easier for you guys than it's gonna be for me. There's absolutely zero instructions online. unless I'm really bad at Google, but anyway. So this one bolt has to go here. It makes sense. It's really ugly how it sits there. I'm guessing, I don't know, the pictures don't even show that. They're showing it as black bolts instead of these. Like, I would have preferred that so you couldn't see this ugly stuff hanging out. But I would think there'd be a nut on the end of that. Plus I think the bracket that hangs on here might get in the way of that. Honestly, I've got no freaking idea. I'm just going to wing it. I'm not going to explain how I do it because I think I'm doing it wrong. But if it gets on there and it works, I'm leaving it because I literally have to try and squeeze it up under here and in there. Unless I rip heaps of stuff out of the way, which I'm not doing. I'm just going to try and get it in there and make it work. Well, the alternator's in there. Long story short, how I had it bolted up on the ground was all good. So you use all their bolts, and what you got left over is the original, and obviously the original alternator. So pretty much everything comes out, and you just add what you were given in the pack to it. There's like a little tiny bolt that's obviously for a different alternator, which I didn't have. Maybe that kit's for SRs as well or something, but yeah. And then you just use that extra nut for the back of the alternator because the standard one they give you is real crap. I'm assuming this, and that's how it is. But the only thing that's got me a little bit concerned is the one bolt that holds the actual new bracket on, the little CWC bracket. There's no nut on the end, so I'm going to chuck a nut on the end of that. And it's so close to failing on the water pump pulley because I got an oversized one, just the standard ATI one that comes with the balancer. So yeah, and then obviously just double check and triple check that everything is tight. I think after the Saturday night at Drift Masters this weekend, I'm going to have to do a full spanner check on this car because there's so many things I've played with and everything will vibrate loose. I think that's everything I was meant to show you guys today. One thing I do want to mention, we have new clothing in stock, and yeah, Bree's done a really good job with these ones. So if you haven't seen it, head to the DriftSquid website and go to merchandise because the new stuff's really good, but we're not getting much anymore because it's too hard to hold stock. So yeah, there's only limited runs. I'm going to do another custom one again soon, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, they're only ever going to be small runs. So yeah, if you can, guys, head over to the website and help support us because it means a freaking lot and it goes a long way. Seriously, believe me when I say that. It goes a long way. So thank you, and thank you to everyone that has purchased some stuff. It's been pretty damn crazy, to be honest. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Short and sweet one. I really wish I could have done a how-to on that alternator, but man, it's just a pain in this car trying to fit it through there. But I'm going to do the same setup on the RBM3, I think. So I'll swap that over, and I've actually got to do some work on this after Drift Masters because we're getting it ready for something pretty cool coming up. Can't wait to tell you guys about that. But yeah, for those that thought it was in a container, it is still here. I didn't put like a fake car here. It's still the RBM3. So, alright guys, we'll wrap it up there. And thanks heaps for watching, and get ready for this weekend's Drift Masters because it's going to be insane. See you guys.